Hello, it is Friday, September 26th, and this is the inaugural um, video podcast thingy for word counts. I'm Jeffrey Carter Gilson. I am the uh, the voice behind word counts. Not that there is a voice yet, although I guess now there is. Anyway, um, it is a very lovely day today, which is probably why I'm doing this and not actually writing. That is probably not the way I should look at it here. Anyway, um, so I have a completed manuscript. I put completed in scare quotes because A, the prospect terrifies me, and B, it's not really long enough. It is. I'm figuring I would need to have a manuscript of at least 70,000 words to really, to really try and sell it. And I am currently, after several rounds of beefing up, at 63,534, according to Scrivener. And so that leaves me about 6,500 words shy of my goal. But I don't know that there's any other spot that I can really add to. I would like to get it up to 70,000 or above. It's certainly far easier to edit out things than to edit in things. This week I have written about 3,000 words, so, it hasn't been a lost week by any stretch of the imagination. I've been on vacation from my day job this week, so no wasted time, but it's still, it's still shy of that goal. And granted, when I set out to write the novel to begin with, my goal was mainly to finish it, not really to hit a specific word count. Although my thinking going into it was each chapter should end up right around what was it? Right around 3,000 words. And a little while into it, I realized, 20 chapters sounds about right. And so that 20 chapters times 3,000 words, that gets you to 60,000, which is pretty short when you judge it. Well, I'm not going to judge it against, say, The Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to judge it against George R.R. Martin. It was never intended to be an epic. It's a vampire novel. It is a horror novel. It's very immediate, and it's a novel that takes place over a very short period of time. But, that said, publishers like to, if they're going to publish something, they like to have a certain word count, so they tell me. And agents, as I've also heard, like to have things that publishers would want to publish, which makes a certain amount of sense. Even still, I'm having trouble figuring out where I can put things in. And, the 3,000 words that I added this week don't feel like they're tacked on. Like, I've read through it, and they do feel like they fit. But every time I go back in and I try and find spots to put stuff, I'm running out of spots, honestly. And beefing up the word count by adding adverbs does not seem like a good idea. The ghost of Hemingway would probably come down and smite me. You would say that 60,000 words is perfectly fine for a novel, and also I should be drinking more. I don't always listen to The Ghost of Hemingway. Anyway, I keep looking over here because here, that's my computer. And also, I think you saw the mess behind my computer. Yeah. Anyway, the I've got the novel up in front of me here, and still 63,500 words. And it took me about 2 years to write. I'm not a fast writer. I I don't do a lot in terms of rewrites. What I tend to do, I tend to do a lot of pre-writing thinking, which is basically where I spend a lot of time not writing and calling it writing process. So the writing process is, my writing process anyway, basically consists of having an idea, letting it stew in my brain, letting it sit there for a long time. Long time. And then finally, at the end of it all, managing to come out with some kind of story. So this one is actually, I should probably stop doing that quite so much, because this one came out quite the opposite way. I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about it. I basically had the idea about a month before I started writing, and then I got let go from my job. So suddenly I had a lot of time to start writing. Again, thankfully, I have a day job again now. But yeah, it took me about 2 years to write, and it was. I wouldn't say I was writing every day. I was sprint writing about once a week. So, I did have time to think in between writing sprints. But if I had it to do again, I would keep my job. And I would also try and parcel out the writing a bit more. That said, I have this thing, and it's not bad. I have heard reports that it's got some chilling moments for a horror novel. That's what you want to hear, and so I'm just trying to figure out: do I just call it a day and say, hey, 63,500. If nobody takes it, I'll do something with it, or do I try and force in another 6,500 words? That's it. That's a tough decision, and it's not one that I've ever had to make before. So anyway, that's where I am right now, and if you have any thoughts, if you think I should probably do this in a different location, I would agree with you. But anyway, if if you have any thoughts, definitely leave a comment, and or you can feel free to email me. I think my email's on the website. If not, I'll put it there. And yeah, have at it. Anyway, again, I am Jeffrey Carter Gilson. I am writing, and I've got something. That was a really crap ending. But, anyway, it's my first one. I'll get better.